Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Today, inshallah, we will start Unit 3, the first lesson in Unit 3. It will be listening and some new vocabulary. So let's get started. So look at the title of this unit. What will they think of next? So we have got some questions before listening. So think about these questions for a while. Number one, what thing that we take for granted today that people didn't have 100 years ago? That's the first question. Second of all, name a discovery or development that you think people will have or use 10 years from now. So now we will listen to this text and we need to think about some vocabulary mentioned and highlighted in this unit and some comprehension questions. Okay, so let's listen.
In 1900, a popular American magazine called Ladies' Home Journal published an article called What May Happen in the Next 100 Years, making predictions about what life would be like in the year 2001. Read and discuss the predictions. People. People will be taller by 1 to 2 inches. This increase in height will be a result of better health due to improvements in medicine, sanitation, and diet. The average life expectancy will have risen from the current age of 35 to the age of 50. Language. There will be no C, X, or Q in the English alphabet, as these letters will have been determined to be unnecessary. Spelling by sound will have been adopted. English will have become a language of condensed words. English will also be more extensively spoken than any other language. Russian will rank second. Transportation. Cars will be cheaper than horses are today. Automobiles will have been substituted for every horse vehicle now known. A 1-pound motor in one of these vehicles will do the work of a pair of horses or more. There will be airships, but they will not successfully compete with cars and ships for passenger or freight traffic. They will be used mainly by the military. Traffic. There will be no traffic on the streets of large cities. All traffic, including subways, cars, and buses, will be either below ground or high above ground. Moving sidewalk stairways will connect them to the street level. The vehicles on the busy underground and overhead streets will have cushioned wheels. Therefore, there will be almost no noise in cities. Media. Photographs will be telegraphed from any distance. If there is an important event happening halfway around the world, photographs of the event will be published in newspapers an hour later. Deliveries. When people make purchases from stores, their purchases will be delivered by tubes, connected from the store to houses. These tubes will also collect, deliver, and transport mail over distances, perhaps for hundreds of miles. Communication. Wireless telephone circuits will span the world. A person in New York will easily be able to call someone in China.
Okay, so let's see the meaning of these words: circuits, condensed, determined, extensively, rank, and Spain. So pause the video for a while and check the answers with me. Great. So let's see the meaning of these words. So what do you mean by circuits? So circuits are paths for electrical currents. And number two, condensed, which is a verb that means to shorten something. And number F, Determined. What do you mean by determined? To determine, to decide, to do something, decided. And number four, extensively, which is an adverb that means covering a wide range or area. And D, rank. So, what do you mean by rank? Position in an ordered group. And finally, span. What do you mean by span? That verb, it means to extend across. To extend across. So, one more time, repeat after me: circuits, condensed, determined, extensively, rank, and span. Wonderful. So let's see the answers for these comprehension questions. We have got here five questions. Think for a while about these questions. Okay, so we need to scan the text carefully to find the answers. So let's see. Number one, what was the average life expectancy in 1900 or 1900? Yes, the average life expectancy in that year was 35 years. Number two, what predictions did the author make about the English language? Have they come true? He thought there would be no C, X, or Q. Spelling would be sound, the language would be condensed, and English would be the most widely spoken language. And the prediction about English being the most widely spoken language came true, as we see right now. And number three, what do you think the author was referring to when he used the term air shapes or airships? So he was probably thinking about airplanes, okay? And number four, choose a prediction and give an example of how it has came true. Yes, so automobiles have replaced all horse-drawn vehicles, as we see these days. And finally, which prediction do you think is the least likely to ever come true, and why? So the answer, there will never be tubes connecting houses to a store. This is impossible. So that's the end of our listening and vocabulary. See you inshallah in next lessons.